Well, the Mammoth Lakes Fire Protection District wants to remind residents of their responsibility to keep their property fire safe. Long-term residents are aware of the wildland fire incidents that can occur around town, and especially after dry winters and with hot, windy, dry summers. From just about anywhere in town, one can see the results of previous fire activity and the scars that have been left behind. Now, that press release continues and states that establishing and maintaining defensible space around property is all of our responsibilities. The press release states we are all part of the team that will protect our community should we find ourselves in the situation of a wildfire threatening the town of Mammoth Lakes. A well-maintained landscape enhances the beauty and value of any property, that press release notes, and just as importantly, the work serves as a fuel break. The goal is to keep your landscape clean, lean, and green. Now, you can see our website, sierrawave.net, for many helpful steps given us by the Mammoth Lakes Fire Department. This is to reduce your home's vulnerability from the threat of wildfire and reduce your use of irrigation. Now, the press release notes that failure to comply with the regulations and clear your property in a timely fashion is not only expensive but endangers the lives and homes of your neighbors, the community, and the firefighters who protect them. Now, if you would like more information on this or any other fire safety related matter, please feel free to contact the Mammoth Lakes Fire Department, phone number 760-934-2300. Well, Deb Murphy filed this story for Sierra Wave. By the end of last Wednesday's discussion on the ongoing Owens Valley Solar Energy Study, meeting in Lone Pine, it became apparent residents could easily eliminate any consideration of commercial solar energy development in the Owens Valley, thanks in large part to the 14,000-foot peaks that define the area. Helix Environmental is conducting the study of biological resources funded with grant monies from the California Energy Commission. The two overlays to Helix's geospatial data collection are viewshed and cultural resources compiled from area residents and Native American tribes. As Catherine Richards, Inyo County Senior Planner, and several of those in attendance pointed out, a good case could be made for an aesthetic viewshed overlaying extending from peak to peak. Nowhere is there not a spectacular view, Richards said. Now, Drew Wickman of Lone Pine suggested a discussion of scenic values or aesthetics could be highly philosophical. Robert Egerton of Helix explained that the study would look at qualitative input that can be quantified. Richard stressed that the study would not necessarily lead to the same process Inyo County just completed with its passage of a Renewable Energy General Plan amendment. When we get to the end, Richard said, we can decide where we want to go from there. This is a study, not a plan. Now, the Owens Valley was pulled out of the county's REGPA, which relied on data from the Desert Renewable Energy Conservation Plan for future study. Now, last week's meetings in Bishop and Lone Pine were the first public step in that study. The Helix Resource Study is limited to the Owens Valley from the county line south to below Big Pine. The result will be high-res satellite imagery to a 1-meter scale of the 185,000 acre study area, focusing on vegetation and followed up with boots on the ground. However, the viewshed and possibly the cultural overlay will extend to Owens Lake. Now, the study will serve as a baseline, a snapshot of biological resources in the valley at this point. By late summer, Helix will have more refined mapping prepared. Inyo County will meet with area tribes for input on cultural resources. The public is encouraged to provide information on scenic resources. And this from Inyo County. The Inyo County Renewable Energy General Plan Amendment has been selected to receive a 2015 Planning Award of Merit in the Innovation and Green Community Planning category. This from the central section of the California chapter of the American Planning Association. Now, a press release issued today states that Inyo County was awarded a grant by the California Energy Commission to undertake this planning effort which involved updating its general plan to provide local input to guide the needs of the state and nation to develop utility-scale renewable energy generation. Now, through a community-wide effort, the county had updated that general plan amendment that it had developed in 2011 and prepared a programmatic environmental impact report to identify the potentially significant environmental effects that could result. The work involved the participation of a wide spectrum of stakeholders, numerous public meetings throughout the county, and detailed deliberations by the Planning Commission and the Inyo County Board of Supervisors. The Renewable Energy General Plan Amendment was key in the Energy Commission's recent decision to terminate the proceedings for the Hidden Hills Solar Thermal Project in Charleston View in southeastern Inyo County near Pahrump, and the withdrawal of the Northland Solar Photovoltaic Project application near Independence. For more information, again, you can contact the Inyo County Planning Department at 760-878-0263. And a press release notes that the Board of Directors of Mammoth Lakes Recreation is pleased to announce that Rich Baccia has been selected to be the executive director for the newly formed organization. Baccia will begin his official duties July 1st. Press release notes that after a nationwide search and interest from highly qualified candidates from other parts of the country, the board turned to a candidate who has firsthand knowledge of Mammoth's recreation interests, obstacles, players, and opportunities. Said Dana Stroud, MLR board president, quote, "Rich brings a passion and vision for enhancing our recreation experience that is contagious, and we are very excited about having him lead MLR through our transition from formation to an operational organization," end quote. Rich Baccia has over 30 years experience in education, serving as a teacher, principal, and administrator at all levels of the education system. During over 2.5 years as superintendent for Mammoth Unified School District, he actively led the district through strategic goal setting and budget prioritization. He most recently served as associate principal for the Palos Verdes Peninsula Unified School District, from which he will retire this June. Now, the press release notes that Baccia is a proven deal maker and consensus builder, and if you ever met Rich, you know he's got enthusiasm and smarts. More on this story is available on our website, sierrawave.net. We'll be back with weather and sports.